This creature has 3 hearts, blue blood, and 9 brains. It can taste with its skin and squeeze its entire body through a gap the size of a coin. It can change color in an instant and even rewrite its own genetic code. It solves puzzles. It escapes locked tanks. And it remembers the humans it doesn't like.
Scientists still argue whether it might be the closest thing to an alien mind on Earth.
This is the octopus, and nothing about it is normal. Here's why.
At first, an octopus looks almost simple, a soft, boneless body, 8 arms, 2 eyes. But that simplicity is a lie.
There is no other animal on Earth built like it. No skeleton, no shell, almost nothing solid at all. The only hard part of its entire body is its beak, a small, sharp point, like a parrot's, hidden beneath its arms. Everything else is pure muscle and mind, which means it can pour itself into almost any shape. It can flatten into a crack, stretch into a tube, or bunch up into a rock. A creature with no fixed form. And that shapeless body hides something even stranger, a nervous system unlike anything we've ever found. Let's start with the blood. Yours is red because it carries oxygen using iron. The octopus does it differently. Its blood is blue because instead of iron, it uses copper to carry oxygen through its body. This copper-based blood works far better in the freezing, oxygen-poor water of the deep ocean. But blue blood alone isn't enough. So the octopus doesn't have 1 heart. It has 3. 2 hearts pump blood through the gills. The 3rd pumps it to the rest of the body. And here's the strange part. When an octopus swims, its main heart stops beating, which is why it would rather crawl. Now the mind. And this is where the octopus stops feeling like an animal from this planet. You have 1 brain in your head, controlling your whole body. The octopus has 9. 1 central brain sits between its eyes. But that brain controls almost nothing directly. Because 2/3 of its neurons aren't in its head at all. They're spread out in its arms. Each of its 8 arms has its own mini brain. Each one can think, taste, and act on its own. Cut off an arm, and it can still reach, grab, and react for hours, as if it were still alive. Then there's the skin. The octopus is the greatest master of disguise on Earth. In under a second, it can change its color, its pattern, and even the texture of its skin. Millions of tiny color cells fire beneath its surface, painting it to match anything around it. It can vanish against coral, sand, or rock, becoming completely invisible in an instant. But here is the twist that makes no sense at all. The octopus is completely colorblind. It cannot see color. And yet, somehow, it perfectly matches colors it should not even be able to detect. a body with no bones, a mind spread through its arms. Together, they make it impossible to contain. In aquariums around the world, octopuses have become infamous escape artists. They open jars, they unscrew lids, they lift tank hatches and slip out into the night. One famous octopus, named Inky, escaped his tank, crossed the floor, and slid down a drain pipe to the sea. They use tools too, carrying shells to build armor and stacking rocks to seal their dens. This is not instinct. This is planning. A soft-bodied animal thinking its way out of any trap. Look closely at its arms, and you'll find over 1,000 suckers. And every one of them is alive with senses. Each sucker can grip, twist, and pull with incredible strength. But that is the least of what they do. Because every sucker can also taste. The octopus doesn't need a tongue. It tastes with its skin. As it explores the dark, it touches and tastes the world at the same time, through hundreds of points at once. It can find hidden prey inside a shell without ever seeing it, just by touching and tasting the surface. Imagine tasting everything you touch. That is how the octopus feels the world. And now, the strangest ability of all, one that breaks a rule of biology itself. Your genetic instructions are fixed. Your body follows the code you were born with and cannot change it. The octopus can. It rewrites its own genetic instructions, on the fly, inside its own body. It edits the messages its genes send, especially in its nervous system, reshaping how its mind works.
Scientists believe it may do this to survive cold water, adapting its own biology in real time.
It is, in a sense, editing itself. A living creature rewriting its own code as it lives. Some octopuses take disguise even further. Meet the mimic octopus. It doesn't just hide, it transforms into other animals, copying their shape, color, and movement. It can flatten and ripple across the seabed as a venomous flatfish. It can bury its arms and raise two, imitating the deadly banded sea snake. It can spread its arms into the spines of a lionfish, becoming a predator no one dares to touch. One animal, wearing the identities of a dozen others. A shapeshifter, in the truest sense. By now, the octopus might sound almost unstoppable. But nature gave it one cruel limit. For all its intelligence, the octopus lives a heartbreakingly short life. Most survive only 1 or 2 years.
And its end is stranger and sadder than its life.
After a female lays her eggs, she stops eating. She spends her final months guarding them and nothing else. She slowly starves, protecting her young until the moment they hatch. And then she dies. Gone in a heartbeat. The octopus is brilliant and tragic at once. So what is the octopus, really? Because it is unlike anything else that has ever lived. It sits on a completely different branch of the tree of life. Its intelligence evolved entirely on its own.
The last ancestor we shared with it lived over 500 million years ago. A simple worm-like creature.
Which means the octopus built a mind from scratch. A second, separate experiment in intelligence on Earth. Some scientists call it the closest thing to meeting an alien that we may ever find. An intelligence that grew in the ocean, in the dark, following none of the rules that shaped our own. 3 hearts, blue blood, 9 minds, skin that tastes, and a body that rewrites itself. A creature that can become anything, escape anywhere, and think in ways we may never understand. And it has been here, in the deep, quietly watching, long before we ever looked back. Nothing about the octopus is normal, and maybe that is exactly why it feels like a mind from another world.